Hi, this is my mom, Jacqueline Benson.
Hello.
Where and when were you born?
I was born in Orange, California, June 11th, 1975. The hospital I was born in burnt down, so I don't know the name of it. It burnt down a while after I was born, obviously, but
That's crazy.
yeah.
Tell me about the family you grew up with.
Well, I have a sister who is 5 years older. I have a brother who is 6 years younger. So that made things a little bit unique because I wasn't necessarily close to my sister. And my brother was just an annoying brat that was around everywhere I went.
Just like me?
Huh?
Just like me and Mackenzie?
No. Your uncle is one of a kind. As a child, he was really sick, but mom and dad were always around, and everything kind of evolved around baseball. My dad was a baseball coach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and Aunt Deidre, she played baseball. She was a pitcher, and they used to call her the headhunter because she would always hit them in their heads. But she was a really good baseball player. And Uncle Harmon played too, but he wasn't as interested as I was, or as your aunt. But I had no desire to do baseball. I did cheerleading and I did girly things and I did gymnastics. So, but just a typical American family. Other than that, it was what I thought was awesome. So,
What are your favorite memories from your childhood?
Probably Christmases and Easters and Thanksgivings, because I was able to hang out with all of my cousins. Your grandma, Weena, she's one of 7, and so I had like 26, 27 cousins, and we'd all get together at your great grandma's house and having a kids table and fighting over, who was going to play the piano, or eating loquats in the backyard. You don't even know what that is, right?
No, I do
Yeah,
not.
it's a type of fruit. We would just climb. Your great grandpa had like fruit trees, loquats, and plums, and apples, and grapefruit, just tons of stuff in the backyard, and we would just go back there and eat it right off the vine. Loquats, they have a bunch of seeds, and so you put it in your mouth, and we would turn into machine guns, And then your great grandma, she didn't have a dryer, so she had like a pole, but there was like 4 of them, and we would swing on it like monkey bars. So it was nice to hang out with all of the family members. So that's my biggest memory is holidays at Grandma and Grandpa's house with all of my cousins.
What memories stand out from school?
Miss Martin, she was my kindergarten teacher, and back then they were allowed to spank you, but it was only when you were really in trouble. But she would give everybody a birthday spank, but it was not really a spank, it was a pretend. But she made your birthday be super special. I love that. Miss McNutt, my 2nd grade teacher, was wonderful. I got to be Frosty the Snowman in a school play. That was fun. Probably my favorite high school teacher was in 12th grade, Mr. Scott, when I was struggling in trigonometry. He fought tooth and nail to make sure that I got it so I could pass that class. I appreciated his dedication. My senior year as a cheerleader at Los Alamitos High School during CIF championships and having, a crowd of 1,000+ people listening to us and trying to cheer on the team so they would win. That was probably a big highlight. Of course, meeting your dad too, so there's that in there too.
What challenging experiences did you have in your youth?
Well, I think it was just because where I grew up, the city that your grandma and grandpa live in was considered not very good, at least part of it was, and so it was kind of gang infested. And so when people found out about that, they'd go, "Oh, you're from there, but you're white." But it didn't matter. That was probably the biggest thing. And then your mom was a nerd. So people used to make fun of me because I was smart and I wore glasses, but yet I was a cheerleader. So, and they used to make fun of my name.
Huh.
That was probably another big thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, because my name is Jacqueline, and my last name is Benson. So there used to be a TV show called Benson, and it was about an African American butler. And so people would say, "Oh, is your dad black?" And I would say no, but they thought it was funny. Or there was a cigarette brand that was called Benson and Hedges, and they would say, "Hey Benson, where's Hedges?" Yeah. And then the other one was, my name is Jacqueline, and they used to call me Jack-o'-lantern. So
That's not funny at all.
it's not funny. It's not funny at all. Yeah, but I guess it's the typical bullying or whatever. It was never really physical. It was just mostly making fun of my name. Another way to just kind of poke fun at someone. What else?
What did you like to do for fun growing up?
Going to the beach. I used to go with Christy all the time. Grandma Weena would drive us down there.
That's something that we love to do right now.
Yeah. Go to the beach, and we would just lay out all day. And this was like early when it was barely getting warm. And Grandma would let us go down she would drive us down to the beach, and we would stay all day. And then we actually got to go home on the bus. The number 25 bus, yes. I think it was 50 cents or something like that to.
Oh, there's
the
a
actual
bus.
bus. Oh yeah, the bus.
She would drop you off.
She would drop us off, and then we would
should
ride.
do that.
No, it's dangerous. But it was. Believe me, no, it's not a hypocrite. Believe me, because I've experienced it, especially being two girls, having weirdos try to talk to you or touch you or just look at you. It's weird. But going to the beach, going to the amusement parks, Knott's Berry Farm. There was no Soak City when I was a little kid, but Knott's Berry Farm would go a lot. Disneyland we used to be able to go to, but Six Flags. I got to go to Six Flags quite a few times because of cheerleading. That was always fun. So, and going to cheer camp. Cheer camp was an ASB camp. ASB camp is amazing. That was a really cool thing.
I don't think that they have that anymore.
I think they do in high school. Yeah. Done babysitting. I think a lot of girls start off doing babysitting. And then when I got a car, I was able to drive somewhere, so I did what most teenage girls do and get a job at in retail so you can get cheap clothes. And then I worked with your grandma at ADP. I was like a filing clerk. And then I worked in radio for a little while. I sold programming, so I got to meet Dick Clark. He was my boss of the company I used to work for, and met they sold a lot of syndicated radio. Do you know what that is?
No, I do not.
Something that's played throughout the entire nation, not just locally. So in radio they have a lot of that, like Rick Dees or Ryan Seacrest. He does a countdown on the radio. That's a syndicated show. I used to sell that. I did that, and then I did some sales in data storage, and then I wound up with where I'm at right now, doing recruiting, but now contracting for national and government related staffing industry what's the word I want to call it? Government. There was the word I'm looking for. Government clients across the nation for a large staffing company called Apple One Employment.
Tell me about your family life since becoming an adult.
Well, I hope it mirrors kind of how my childhood was. It's all about family, and we try to get together with all of our family as much as possible and make sure that you and your sisters are really close with their cousins, like I was. And holidays are super, super important to me, and trying to encourage you and your sisters to be your best and support you in all you want to do. And our hobbies kind of become your hobbies and what you want to do. I mean, you've played baseball, you've played soccer.
I only played baseball because Brayden was there.
Yeah, I know. But
it.
you did not like it. You wanted to fight someone your first game. It was fun. But
it was fun.
It was, you wanted to do jiu-jitsu. We supported you. Mackenzie played soccer. Erin, she did basketball. What else did she do? She really wasn't into sports, kind of like you, but you wanted.
I've done like soccer.
Soccer, yes, you did that for 4 years. True. And then, I think it's made it where family is super, super important now, especially even more with Grandma Lena being gone.
What advice do you have for the future generations?
Just be yourself. It's okay to be unique. You don't have to follow what anybody else does. If you want to, pursue nursing and all your buddies are wanting to become football players, do nursing, do you. I don't think that's what you want to do, but, and cherish every little step and try to live for the now and not worry about what people are going to think of you. If you want to, wear green hair and paint your nails, do it. Who cares? If you want to skate. If you want to, pursue whatever it is, just do it and follow your heart. Your heart will never treat you wrong.